Now, over the last week, our television screens have been filled with images of people blocking streets, gluing themselves together and staging mass die-ins to highlight their demands for action on climate change. It seems street protests are becoming more common across the country. But where does the church stand when it comes to the subject of public protests? Is it okay for the clergy to join those making their voices heard, or should they remain neutral when it comes to what's often viewed as public disorder? Well, in a moment, I'll be speaking to Madeline Ward from the Christian Theos think tank about this. But first, one church in Norwich is actively supporting the local Extinction Rebellion group. St Peter Mancroft Church is playing home to a new exhibition about climate change that's been timed to coincide with the mass protests in London. The Reverend Edward Carter has been telling BBC Radio Norfolk's Angie George why he feels it's important to speak up.
Well, here at St Peter Mancroft, we're right in the middle of the city, and we like to be part of the debate and discussion of what's going on in the city. Although this is a political issue in a way, because it's how we live our lives together as a community, the issue of climate change and of global heating isn't really anymore a party political issue at heart, I don't think. It's something that everyone knows we've got to address. So this isn't about taking sides in that party political debate. It's about allowing the debate to happen, the discussion to happen, for people to engage with it. And because we're in such a great location just right on Millennium Plain, it's great for us to be hosting Extinction Rebellion. We're not Extinction Rebellion as a church. You know, some of our members are part of Extinction Rebellion. Some of our members probably are a little bit wary, but we are in a place where we can host a debate. We host debates about all sorts of things, and this is a really important issue for us to be hosting just at the moment.
What do you like about the exhibition here? I mean, what issues do you think the exhibition raises that maybe you hadn't thought of?
Yeah, so there's a load of really interesting stuff that Extinction Rebellion have put up on their displays. Some stuff to do with the scientific research, a lot of stuff to do with how we can look in a mirror at our own lives. There's a great list of all sorts of things to consider, to do with diet. I mean, personally, I was a kind of happy omnivore up until about 4 or 5 years ago, and then I became vegetarian because I've been thinking about various issues. And actually now I'm pretty much a vegan, and I feel really good and healthy on it, actually, quite apart from all the other issues. It sort of feels like, as an individual, what can I do? This is such a big issue. But of course, if we all act together and we take it seriously together, that's when change can happen. And although I don't think I would have gone down to London and kind of gone on the streets, although a lot of clergy and ministers from Christian churches, and no doubt other faiths as well, are doing that. I don't think I would do that. But I'm really pleased there are people doing that, and that it's part of our national debate at the moment. And it's great to have, this display here is a kind of opening up that debate again, giving information, helping people engage with it, even if they're not going up to London and camping out in Parliament Square.
Reverend Edward Carter speaking to our reporter Angie George.